If you're watching this, that means the Boston Celtics were just eliminated from the NBA playoffs, and today we are doing a complete rebuild of this. My name is Ethan, this is Hardcap Games. I don't normally do sports stuff on this channel anymore. I used to do a little bit of it, but this playoff run by the Boston Celtics has driven me absolutely insane. The inconsistent play and everything. So we're going to fix this team and give the Celtics a championship. So we are starting from today. I'm not assuming anything from this team right here. It says they're going to win the game tonight. And then they're going to, be eliminated. Nikola Jokic is going to win here. And who cares about the rest of the playoffs? It's going to be the Nuggets in 4. So what are we doing? Well, we have some work we have to do. So as we move to the offseason, we can see LeBron's going to retire. I'm going to overturn that. I think he's got one more in him. Or he's going to retire and come back a year later once Bronny gets drafted, go sign with whatever team he gets drafted to. Everybody else, I'm pretty much going to let them go. The Celtics have a lot of issues. We're going to fix them. In my opinion, Greg Popovich is going to retire. Yeah, I'm going to override Pop's retirement because he's got Wembanyama coming in. I think the Celtics have a lot of issues that they have to overcome here. That's not the correct order, but sure, it is what it is. Who really cares? The Celtics don't have a pick until 37 anyways. We need to make some changes around here. Now, I've been a Mazzulla guy all season, but he has been clearly coached in circles by Eric Spoelstra. So we need to figure out what's going on with these guys. Is Joe Mazzulla the future? I don't think he is, especially because of all the coaches that are now available. So we're going to fire Joe Mazzulla. We're going to come on in here, and I don't see any of the actual coaches. Now, a big issue with the Celtics was that they didn't have enough defense in a lot of ways, but also they kind of just didn't feel inspired in the last half of the season. That's my honest opinion there. I'm going to offer that to Taylor Jenkins. I'm going to give him that. Stoudemire just left, I believe. He just signed somewhere. Yeah, he's currently the coach for Georgia Tech, so we're going to have to fire him as well. And we'll have to sign an assistant coach to fill in that slot. Now, I don't really care about the scouting. We have no picks at all. And we're going to get pretty much everybody, including our head coach and our assistant head coach. And we're not going to get this one domestic scout here. I need an assistant GM is what I need. I don't know what happened to Brad Stevens, but he's gone, I guess. So assistant GM, cool. We've got our full staff. We're going to load in this one right here, which is the Wembanyama draft. We are at the draft. And this is where things start to get interesting. Because let's look at our roster. Jason Tatum, very off and on player. But he's the piece that if we're going to keep someone here, he's going to be the guy. I love Jaylen Brown. I think he's elite, but he has 1 year left on his deal. We're paying him $30 million, and it feels like he just doesn't want to be in Boston. People keep finding accounts that appear to be burners of Jalen's that keep talking about he doesn't want to be here. Keeps making comments about the city. So I don't. If we're gonna trade someone for an elite player, it's gonna be Jaylen Brown. Robert Williams. I love Robert Williams. We have him under contract for another 3 years, but this dude is made of raw pasta noodles and Elmer's glue. He can't stay on the court for more than 30 minutes a game. And I'm pretty sure I didn't turn off injuries. And he wants to test the open market anyways at the end of his deal. So I'm thinking maybe we can package him in a deal. Where's his body history? Yeah, he has increased risk of history in his knees and his ankle. So he might be a guy we look to move. Malcolm Brogdon came in. He's already 30. He's got 2 years left. We're paying him $45 million a year. We might be able to upgrade there. Marcus Smart is, I believe, the leader on the team, but his offense leaves a lot to be desired at some points. He takes a lot of shots sometimes, and other times he doesn't shoot the ball at all, and he kind of just passes up open looks. His defense, obviously, it's elite. His defense, at least in game here, you can argue about this Heat series all you want. This series here, he's been elite here. Al Horford needs to retire, and he didn't. So he kind of needs to go. Derrick White is a great piece that we could look to trade. Grant Williams, see you later. See you later. If you want to get paid $19 million by the Orlando Magic, you go do that, my dude. I don't think what he gives us is enough to warrant bringing him back on the money he wants. Blake Griffin, he's just going to walk. Mike Muscala is going to walk. Sam Hauser's got a year. I don't mind Sam Hauser. I think he's all right. Luke Cornett. I love Peyton Pritchard, but let's look at the point guards real quick. He's the third best point guard, fourth if you count Derrick White on this team. He could be a guy you look to move, especially, well, he's also a free agent, so never mind. We can't move him. We have a lot of nothing contracts anymore. We have a lot of guys that aren't under contract. So I think we look first to trade some pieces and see what we can get back. Now, the first one and the most obvious one that you can go and look for is Damian Lillard. Dame is being paid $14 million a year over the next 3 years. He's got a 3-year +1. He's a 5-star prospect. I think that talks for Damian Lillard have to start with Jaylen Brown, but you also have to include something else. I think we need to take about $5 million from them, maybe. So if we take Kevin Knox off your hand, nope, he's a free agent. If we take Nasir Little, that puts us over the cap. We can take Jabari Walker from you instead. And they are going to say no to that, obviously, because they're not stupid. So we're going to come over here. We're going to offer them our 2024 first-round pick. They said no. Unprotected 2025. They say no. Derrick White. So they're getting a point guard back. We do this. Do they say yes? No. No. And the Portland Trail Blazers agree. There we go. Damian Lillard is now a Celtics. Did we overpay? Maybe. But Dame is still only 33. He's under contract, and we know that Dame can hoop. We give up Jaylen Brown. We give up Al Horford. We give up Derrick White. Jaylen's the only, I think, really valuable piece there, but now we have absolutely no picks. So that is our new issue. Uh-oh. I didn't want to do that. We now have Dame. We now have Tatum. I'm going to throw Robin Brogdon in here. And I'm going to see what we can get back for them. Because I honestly don't know. There's DeJounte Murray and Clint Capella. I think that makes the team better. Lauri Markkanen and Walker Kessler is interesting for sure. But Lauri Markkanen always never wants to be here. Miles Turner, Buddy Hield is interesting. CJ McCollum, Dyson Daniels is interesting. There's Anthony and we get Derrick White back. Or Jordan Poole and Kevon Looney. Now people have been saying like, oh, well the Celtics should trade Jaylen Brown for Jordan Poole. That's a stupid trade. They should never, ever do that for this price point. I think DeJounte comes in here and he gives you a lot. I think he's a flippable piece, if anything. Clint Capella comes in and he's a solid center. All right, so if not Brogdon, then how about Smart? What does Smart give us? Smart gives us Mark Williams, Terry Rozier, which is interesting. Walker Kessler, Ochai Agbaji, Wendell Carter, Markelle Fultz, Miles Turner, Andrew Nembhard, Jalen Duren, Marvin Bagley. Chris Boucher is not the best. He's 30, but I think OG is a heck of a player. He's a real heck of a player, you know. He was a first team all defense. He's a good shooter. He's a great defender on the perimeter. He's great in the post. He's tall. He's taller. Marcus Smart is what he is. So I'm gonna do this trade. I'm gonna see if we can now flip Chris Boucher. I didn't mean to jump in here so fast. What does Chris Boucher and Jabari Walker give us? That gives us the 15th overall pick if we include Luke Cornett, and then we get Clint Capella. We got a top 3 protected pick from the Knicks next year. The Knicks are probably gonna be pretty solid. The Nets in 25, we're not going to get that far in this video. Jordan Nwora, 24 overall pick, and Jayshawn Tate, Kyle Anderson. I'm going to pull the trigger on this one. We get Clint Capella back, and we get a first-round pick. So now we have Dame, Brogdon. Pritchard is going to walk. I'm fine with Pritchard walking. OG Anunoby, Jason Tatum, Grant Williams is about to walk, Clint Capella, and we traded Rob. So Clint Capella's here, Grant, Tatum, OG, Dame. So we need to sign a lot of free agents is what we need. We're about to have 4 players on roster, actually. Dame, Brogdon, OG, Tatum, and Capella. I think now that we have a first-round pick in this draft, it's a higher one than we would have had anyways. Let's just sim to our pick, and let's see what happens here. We have the option of taking Derrick Whitehead. Chris Murray's on the board. I'm a big fan of Chris Murray. He is a little old. This is Kobe Buffkin from Michigan. He's solid. I never thought I'd say that about a Michigan player, but I just said it. CJ McCollum or Damian Lee is an interesting comp that I'm kind of intrigued by. I think that Chris Murray comes in and is a nice replacement for Grant Williams, who's going away. And we can just sim to our next pick. We can choose another one here. I know Max Lewis in this game is kind of a baller, actually. Derrick Whitehead is still here, and Colby Jones. He's the number 18 player. We're going to get him at 35. I think that's enough to take a flyer on a player. And we're going to sim to the end, and we're going to check out our draft summary. Obviously, Wembanyama goes first, Brandon Miller second to the Pistons, Whitmore, and then Scoot goes fourth to the Thunder. If that were to happen in real life, I'd be absolutely livid. Chris Murray comes in at a 73 overall, which isn't fantastic. But our guy Whitehead is... Nope, our guy Jones is a 71. So, was there anyone further down the board that was better? Oh, Rajon Rupert, I guess. I want to retain Peyton Pritchard. We can see there's a lot of good free agents out there. Actually, a lot of them accept it. But Fred VanVleet's available, Kyle Kuzma's available, Spencer Dinwiddie, Jordan Clarkson, Gary Trent Jr. There's a lot of guys here. I'm not going to extend a qualifying offer. Actually, no, I will. I'm going to extend a qualifying offer to all of these guys so I can then trade them. That's my plan. So this is our roster at the moment. We currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of our required 14. So Porzingis would be interesting, but he's asking for a lot of money. We do need a starting small forward or power forward, or we can move Tatum to there. Tatum's currently listed as a small forward, but we could probably move him to a power forward. I don't think he goes anywhere if we do so. But he's a small forward, power forward right now. One player I'm lightly considering is V. Mihalik, but he would be like the bench option for us. But I'm definitely thinking about Derrick Jones Jr. Grant is here. He's an RFA. If he wants to get offered a lot of money, he can go. So maybe look here at a power forward centers instead. And there's not many available that I'm interested in except for maybe JaMychal Green. His defense is okay. He's a 77 overall. I think he can come in and give us some he can give us some offense. You know, we can give him the league min. I don't know where that puts us. Terrence Ross is an elite 3-point shooter. I like Gary Harris, but he's not spectacular. His D's actually not terrible. But what is it about him? His rebounding is abysmal. You know, I'm gonna give Gary Harris an offer. I'll give him that. And, you know, maybe we'll give Javonte Green a contract as well. I'm gonna renounce the rights to Blake and Grant and all these guys, and these three are gonna sign. I'm gonna let Grant walk. Taurean Prince doesn't look too terrible. His playmaking is not great, so maybe Cedi Osman would be a little bit of a better option, but Prince can shoot the 3-ball pretty well. Najee Marshall's not going to cost us almost anything, plus he's got a 3-star scheme fit. So I'll offer one to Najee. We can give him a league min. Robin Lopez is sitting here, which is interesting. I think he's a okay player for what we're asking him to do, which is to come off the bench as a bench center. So we can offer him a contract as well. We can agree with those guys, and I'm just going to advance one more day. Now we have negative cap room, but we have our 14, so we don't I think we're fine here, right? Dame, Brogdon, Pritchard, OG, Gary Harris, Jones, Tatum, Najee Marshall, Sam Hauser. Javonte Green could be better. Chris Murray's here, Clint Capella, JaMychal Green, Robin Lopez. So I'm wondering if we could trade maybe Clint Capella for a cheaper, better center, if that was to be available out there, and maybe bring in a better power forward while we're at it. I'm going to throw Capella and probably Javonte Green into the trade finder, see what comes back. We can get Brooks Lopez, who's making more money, or we can just get John Collins or Bam Adebayo. Bam's making so much money. I have to pass on Bam, unfortunately. Josh Hart and Mitchell Robinson making a combined 28 mil. It would be interesting if they weren't trying to include Josh Hart here. So maybe I bring in Mitchell Robinson and Josh Hart, but then I trade Josh Hart. Although Josh Hart's kind of a dog, for being completely honest. Josh Hart could come in and run the small forward, and then Tatum can go play power forward as well. That's an option. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make that trade. Then we can run Dame, OG, Josh Hart, Jason Tatum, Mitchell Robinson. I don't hate that. If I'm being completely honest, I don't hate that. I do now have negative cap room, so I would have to sign league min guys. So what happens if we throw Hart and JaMychal in the trade finder? Can we get any cheaper than this? We're looking for less than 13 mil total. Duncan Robinson's making $18 million. That's absolutely insane that they decided to give him that contract. We're very top heavy on money here, and I think that's holding us back. So maybe we can trade Mitch. I really do want to upgrade over Josh Hart and Mitchell Robinson because they're costing us so much money. So maybe I just throw the two of them back in the trade finder, even though we just got the two of them together, and see, can we get something for less than 27 mil? That's the number here. I think I'm going to do this Zach Collins trade right here that brings us him and a first round pick for Mitchell Robinson and Josh Hart. I think that first round pick is more useful to us than Josh Hart is. I think it's time that we trade Brogdon. He's making a little bit too much money for my liking. We can package him with Gary Harris and we can probably get something pretty good. What does Brogdon, Collins, and a first get us? This opens up more money. It gets us Trae Young. That's what it gets us. That's $40 million though. We're coming closer on the Bam Adebayo price point here though. That's 32 mil compared to 29 mil. Plus a first, we get Jovic as well. Jovic is okay. We can get Robin Smart back. We can get Keldon Sochan, or we can get DeAndre Ayton for 32 and a pick swap. I'm going to do the Bam trade. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the Bam trade. Dame Pritchard, OG Gary and Colby, Najee Marshall and Sam Hauser, Tatum, Jovic, and Chris Murray, Adebayo, Green, Lopez. I feel like this team is now worse, but we now have four pretty solid players if you include OG Anunoby in that. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to sim through the rest of the season because everyone else is going to have some players. I think it'll end up signing a bunch of players for us as well. We can take a look and see what pieces did they sign to fill out our roster a little bit more. None. Reggie Jackson. So now that everyone has the players that they're going to be rocking with for this season, I think that we can start moving pieces. We can sign some free agents. Jeremy Grant is still just sitting here for no reason. Jay Crowder's out here. He's a guy that I would consider bringing in. All right, I'm going to combine Robin Lopez, Reggie Jackson. We're going to do the old trade and flip. Let's find some things like Amir Coffey here. Yep, and a first round pick. Sold. Trade finder again. We'll throw Nikola Jovic and Amir Coffey in the trade finder together. Let's see, can we get a first round pick? We can get Kelly Oubre Jr. If we include Isaiah Thomas, we can get Kelly Oubre, who comes off the bench as an 80 overall player. I'm actually gonna do that. And if I move OG to small forward, he becomes an 82 overall. Now we have Dame, Oubre, Anunoby, Tatum, Adebayo. That lineup to me says it should be good enough. I think I just need one more backup center and one more backup power forward. So I think I can just go sign them, right? So our game plan now becomes Damian Lillard, Kelly Oubre Jr., OG Anunoby, Jason Tatum, Bam Adebayo. That's a pretty solid defensive team right here. I don't know what Oubre's defense stats look like. I'm hoping they're not abysmal. They're on average. They're on par. They're not terrible. So we have Dame, Oubre, Anunoby, Tatum, Adebayo with Najee Marshall, Green, Harris, Hauser, Murray. The bench could use some work. Yeah, let's go fix our bench. Let's go fix our bench. Here's Amani Bates, actually. That's interesting. He's on the Phoenix Suns. He's a 69 overall, 20 years old. It's pretty interesting. If you need yourself a backup center, there is no one in the game better to do it than Nerlens Noel. I believe that 100%. I'm going to move JaMychal Green down to a power forward, but I'm going to also make him a backup center. I don't know who this dude Wigington is, but he can go. Max Christie, that's a pretty solid bench option. He can kind of grab some buckets. Not just saying that as a Michigan State player. He can grab buckets in this game. He's a shooter. I would very heavily consider doing this trade, actually. In fact, I'm considering it so much, I'm going to do it. Welcome Svi Mihalik and Max Christie to the roster. I'm going to do this one. It gets us Jalen Johnson to come off the bench as a power forward option. So we just greatly improve right here. Gerard Butler, and I get a first-round pick back. Deal. The new team for the Boston Celtics is Damian Lillard, Corey Joseph, and Jared Butler. Then we have Kelly Oubre Jr., Gary Harris, and Colby Jones. OG Anunoby, Najee Marshall, and Max Christie off the bench. Jason Tatum, Jalen Johnson, who will hopefully go back up to a 77 pretty soon, and the rookie Chris Murray. And we got Bam Adebayo and Nerlens Noel off the bench. So I'm going to go sign one more center to fill in that one role. Who is it going to be? Let's see. Let's scroll down. And I believe it's going to be Alan Randolph. We can sign him. Nope, I don't have enough room. Sign him to a league min. There we go. Perimeter defender, but he's a good interior defender. He grabs boards. Rotation's looking like Dame, Kelly, OG, Tatum, Adebayo, Jalen Johnson, Najee Marshall, Gary Harris, Nerlens Noel, and Joseph. And then the other guys are going to get almost no minutes. So I think it is time for us to start simulating. If any trades come throughout the year that I'm interested in that look like they might be worth our time, I'll consider it. They're offering us Trae Young and Jabari Parker for Bam and Christie. I'm going to decline that because we have Dame, and Dame's just a little bit better. Quickly could start on this team. If we were to trade OG, we would move Kelly back to the 3, and we would start quickly at shooting guard. I think this just makes our team worse overall, considering we are 23-8 through Christmas. I'm glad I didn't do that thing then. I did not turn off injuries, I guess. They'll give us Gary Trent and Marvin Bagley for OG and Joseph. Well, considering right now we kind of need all the players we have, I'm going to decline this. And now we're on a losing streak. All right, hold on. We've lost 5 straight now. What's going on here? So Oubre is out for a while. He has a torn left MCL. So we are pretty much not going to see him again until the All-Star break. Maybe after the All-Star break, I think. So I think we need to do something to get ourselves out of the skid right now. Gary Harris is kind of gassed. OG's kind of gassed. They're all kind of gassed. Keldon and Max Robinson for Bam and Christie. Let's negotiate this for a sec. I want to see what Bam's doing right now. This year he's averaging 15 and 7 boards and 3 assists, 1.1 blocks per game on 50, 0, 73. So he's having a down year. How's Mitch doing? 9 and 9, 2 blocks a game, 48%. How are you making 48% of your free throws? Keldon's kind of balling though. I don't think Christie's probably played at all. Christie hasn't played yet. Like, what is Bam realistically doing for us? Hitting more free throws, that's for sure. 2 fouls per game. They're getting same amount of minutes, exact same per game. What's Bam's plus minus? 5.8. I do think this is a trade that overall probably makes us better. We're actually taking on more salary to do this. But we bring in Keldon. Keldon goes and plays right now. We move OG back to the 3. Oubre comes back and plays off the bench. I think this is worth doing. I'm going to do it. So OG can go back to shooting guard, small forward. And by doing that, he plays right now. Oubre will eventually come back in a couple of weeks. But Keldon gets to play. Tatum still plays. And here's Mitch and Nerlens. So we have the Knicks centers from 2 years ago. I think that overall just makes us a better team. So now we're running Dame, OG, Keldon, Tatum, Robinson. The bench looks not terrible. Is Allen balling? Allen's balling. Look at him. 6.4 on 10 minutes per game. Go, dude. And I don't think there's really anything I want to do at the trade deadline, so I think we can just skip right through it, go straight to the end of the year. They'll give me Toby Harris and Darius Baisley for Keldon and Mitch? No. So I think the team's in a good spot. I think that says 36 and 18 down there. So I'm not going to stop at the deadline. We're just going to blow right through it, keep on going. Season has come to a wrap, and Jayson Tatum has won the MVP. There we go. That's all it took. Give him a crazy good team. Victor Wembanyama wins Rookie of the Year. Scoot Henderson, 6th Man of the Year, coming off the bench as a rookie. That's nuts. Giannis wins Defensive Player of the Year. Kuminga for Most Improved. And Taylor Jenkins, who is our coach, for Coach of the Year. As you can see, we finished first in the division, first in the conference, with a 55-27 record. We have Jayson Tatum, All-NBA First Team. No one else. We are the 1 seed. Who are we going to have to end up playing? Oh my god, Milwaukee's in the play-in? What happened to Milwaukee? Well, submit the play-in. We are playing Toronto in the first round. Milwaukee does not make the playoffs with Giannis. That's kind of insane. So, taking on Toronto in the first round. They got Malcolm Brogdon, Marcus Smart, so 2 of our guys, Scotty Barnes, Pascal Siakam, and Robert. They have 3 of our guys. Wow. All right, this is a revenge series for them. So, hopefully we don't get torched. Why is Gary Harris starting? Gary, look, love you, dude. No, he's playing up right now, which is awesome. That's cool and all. But no, you're not playing. We're doing it this way. Game 1 is a Celtics win. Game 2 is a Celtics loss. Game 3, Celtics. Game 4 goes to the Celtics, and Game 5 goes to the Boston Celtics. There we go. Moving on to the next round, we are playing the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks' lineup is Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, AJ Griffin, Miles Bridges, and Onyeka Okongwu, so their team has not changed, other than I guess they made a trade in the middle of the season for Miles Bridges because he was on the Pistons earlier. We're rocking with the same team. Kelly Oubre is in now. I don't know what coach is doing, but I guess he's rewarding based off of play. Please play OG Anunoby. I want Trae Young guarded by OG, and I want Murray guarded by Tatum. No, I want him guarded by Dame. So, game number 1 is a Hawks victory. Game number 2 is a Celtics victory. Game 3 goes to the Hawks again. Celtics, yep. Celtics, all right. And game... You gotta be kidding me, dude. All right. Shorten the rotation. We're gonna shorten the rotation down to 9. Oh, Gary was hurt. Oh. So Oubre's back in the lineup. Anunoby's playing down, I guess. I guess they're all playing down. But I want the plan for today to be to play through the stars. Left shin splints for Gary? Bro, you gotta be better than that. Come on, man. All right, we are going to simcast this game. Let's see what happens, Boston. Oh, okay. What was I concerned for? What was I concerned for? Take it easily. Jayson Tatum with 34 bomb. Dame, what are you doing, dude? All right, and we are playing the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Jonathan Isaac, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. That's a big team. That's a big team. Whoa, there's a lot of defense there. But I don't think it matters, because in game 1 we're gonna take the victory. Game 2 we are going to lose. Game 3 we're gonna win back in Cleveland. Game 4 we're gonna win back in Cleveland, and game 5 we're gonna lose at home. Of course, that's the Celtics way, and we're good. We're through. And Victor Wembanyama leads the Rockets to the finals as a rookie. Jayson Tatum averaging 26 and 12 in the first round. So, what is this Rockets team? They have Kevin Porter Jr., Jalen Green, Jayshawn Tate, Victor Wembanyama, who's still an 84 overall, and Alperen Sengun. And we have the squad, as always. Can we win this series? Game 1 is a Celtics victory. Let's see that box score. Jayson Tatum, 38 and 12 in the first game. Love to see it. Dame with 21, 9 and 9 for Damian Lillard is nuts. Normally he's like a 33 and 5 guy. That's insane. Game 2 goes to the Celtics again. 40 bomb for Tatum, 32 for Dame. Love to see it, my dudes. Game 3 is a Celtics victory with Jayson Tatum, another 35 points. Dame with 25 and 15 assists. I want to see the breakdown who those went to. I'm guessing they all went to Tatum. Mitchell Robinson with 12 boards down there too. I see you down there, dude. I see you. And game 4 goes to the Rockets. Wembanyama. piece this up a little bit. Najee Marshall, what the heck, dude? All right. But it doesn't matter because the Boston Celtics are the champions. Jayson Tatum averages 32, 9, and 6, 1.4 rebounds, 1.0 blocks, 2 turnovers a game on 53 and almost 40% shooting from 3. So there you go, Celtics. There's the path. Gotta just blow it up, I guess. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like down below, subscribe if you're new. Check you guys in the next one. Peace.